a big finish. Betty Boop made her debut in the cartoon Dizzy Dishes in 1930, and bringing her to life there was Catherine McPhee. Surely it's a bit obvious, isn't it? She's going to be cast as Betty, don't you think, when the show opens? Well, she is married to the writer. It does help. And don't you slope off to the Dizzy Dishes? Oh no, because I will be back shortly with another hour of show tunes, including 2 from the new Cabaret at the Kit Kat Club cast recording, as well as my Diva Double. This is Radio 2 on the BBC Sounds app, on your smart speaker, and on 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 2 o'clock. This is Nick Qureshi. 10 people have been killed and as many others wounded in a mass shooting in the city of Monterey Park near Los Angeles after Chinese Lunar New Year celebrations. The gunman who's on the run opened fire at a dance club. The motive isn't clear. Monterey Park is home to around 60,000 people, the majority of them of Asian descent. This local resident said he was confused when he heard the gunfire.
I had my headphones on at the time, but I did hear some sounds going off and I was like, oh, fireworks? They never have fireworks because I live in the city. I've been here every year. And then I knew for a fact it was not fireworks when I heard the helicopter up above, because we never get helicopters around here.
Thames Valley Police say 2 people have died in a crash involving multiple vehicles on the M40 this morning. 2 others have been taken to hospital with serious injuries. The Foreign Secretary, James Cleverly, has insisted the BBC chairman, Richard Sharp, was appointed on merit, amid reports he helped Boris Johnson arrange a loan facility in 2020 worth up to £800,000. Mr Sharp and Mr Johnson have both said there was no conflict of interest. Labour is calling for an inquiry. The former Conservative leader, Sir Ian Duncan Smith, has joined calls for the Tory party chairman, Nadeem Zahawi, to release all the information surrounding a tax settlement he made to HMRC, reportedly worth millions of pounds. Sir Ian said he didn't believe Mr Zahawi was deceitful. Mr Zahawi had said he had made a careless mistake. Poland's Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki has criticised Germany for delaying a decision on whether its Leopard tanks can be exported to Ukraine. Warsaw needs permission to send 14 of its own German-made tanks to Kiev. From Warsaw, Adam Easton.
Given the evidence of Russian war crimes and civilian deaths in Ukraine, Germany's attitude towards sending the tanks is unacceptable, Mr Morawiecki said. Poland has already sent Ukraine around 250 Soviet-era tanks. Now it is urging Germany to export the modern and technically superior Leopard 2 tanks to Ukraine. If it can't do that, Warsaw wants Berlin to authorise other NATO allies to export their own Leopards.
In tennis, Stefanos Tsitsipas of Greece has won his 4th-round match against the Italian Yannick Sinner at the Australian Open. Sinner lost the first 2 sets but fought back to take the match to a 5th. Tsitsipas said it was a difficult contest.
It was a long match, guys. I felt like I spent an entire century in this court playing tennis. It felt so long. I mean, what a great night. That was superb. A ripper, as they say here.
Football and the Women's Super League match between Chelsea and Liverpool was postponed 6 minutes after kick-off because of a frozen pitch. The Kingsmeadow ground in West London passed an inspection this morning. BBC News, it's 3 minutes past 2. And let's get the latest travel now. Here's Orna.
Nick, thank you very much. Well, first of all, we've got Stirling with the M9 closure still in place. It's northbound between 9 at Bannockburn and 11 at Dunblane. The accident happened quite a while ago now. It's still very cold out there, some ice, some localised flooding as well in places, but not so much of it now. It's just a case of taking extra care driving out and about. Mottram in Longdale and the A57 Hyde Road. Now, that's still affected. It's partly blocked between Staley Bridge Road and the M67 at Broadbottom. The Cambridge M11 still closed northbound, 13 to 14. That's between Madingley and Girton. It looks as though a lorry caught fire there, and it looks as though they've put in a diversion as well. So traffic's taking the A428, which is slightly busier than it would normally be. South of Bath, and we've got icy conditions, so Brassknocker Hill is still closed in both directions between Claverton Down Road and the A36 Warminster Road. The latest on the A34, it's investigation work after an accident now. Southbound still closed. That's between Speen and Berkeley. One lane closed between Berkeley and Highclere Turn on the northbound side. And the M40, as you've been hearing in the news headlines, the southbound side still closed. Junction 5 at Stokenchurch to 4 at High Wycombe Handycross roundabout after the accident earlier on. Investigation work is now underway. West Sussex is the A27, the Shoreham bypass, the eastbound side. Flooding in one of the lanes, that's near the Sompting roundabout. And engineering work on the trains means there's nothing going up London Victoria on Gatwick Express. More in an hour.
Listen live on the BBC Sounds app.